What is up? Just a schmozzle to start the show. Wrong intro. Jake wasn't even on the screen. Celtics lose in embarrassing fashion to the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving's first win against the Boston Celtics, or second win in what? He was 1-15 coming in. He's now 2-16 now after leaving the Boston Celtics, or at least in his last 17 games. It's a nice troll by the Dallas Mavericks to finally beat the Boston Celtics after the NBA Finals are completed. 127-120, and that was not indicative of how they played. They benched the starters, early in the fourth quarter for the scrubs when the Celtics were down 20 or so. What was the score? It was 117-95. And that was when. That's about when everybody. Oh, even earlier. 9 minutes to go. Celtics were down 114-90. We got Peterson, Walsh, Cater, and Pritchard and Hauser doing their thing. Yeah. We'll talk about Torrey Craig later tonight with Late Night with Greeny. We like the signing. And I think the takeaway is Joe needs to do a better job of realizing the types of games that the Celtics main guys aren't taking seriously. And tonight's such an obvious spot for that. Firstly, first game after a road trip, a classic NBA trope. I don't know where or why that is a thing, or if it is actually a thing, or it's just an excuse that we're using because we got smoked tonight and we got smoked in the Kings game after a road trip as well. But you got that part of it. You got Celtics coming off a big win, and they've just been playing a lot of basketball lately. They haven't had 2 days off in a month. And so I think Joe needs to do a better job of realizing that his team is probably not going to take the game seriously. And I don't fault them for not taking these games seriously. Because you just showed you're the best team in the Eastern Conference again. It's you just smoked the Cavs wire to wire. Why do you care about beating a depleted Mavericks team? I thought across the board everybody was bad. Jaylen Brown started to get going late, but it was kind of over at that point. And defensively, he wasn't good. Jaylen Brown with 25 points on 16 shots. He was... Scoring efficiency-wise was kind of fantastic, but Tatum had 4 turnovers in just 28 minutes. I think you guys just got to look at your own lives sometimes. It's I don't take every day seriously. You just you wax and wane. These guys just came off a championship. And I get it. Hondo _80. Havlicek wouldn't appreciate this mentality. I get it. But the reality is, teams are coming off the title. Don't play that hard. It is what it is. And I'm just not going to overreact over a game like this. I'm going to look at the bigger picture, see the way that they've been trending. They're now 8-4 in their last 12 games. They're 5-4-1 in their last 5, with a couple of nice wins in there. Really nice win against the Cavs. I'm choosing, and if you want to choose to look at the negative stuff and be worried and concerned, then sure. That's so I don't care what you do. I don't care how you feel. I can only react how I'm gonna react. And also it's bro, listening to Reggie Miller on top of getting blown out to a team that you should beat is a special type of torture. And I understand why it's so frustrating and why it's hard to wrap your head around as a fan. And I get it too. It's as soon as they give you a reason to really think that they're on a roll, or it's like, oh, this is the type of game that they should obviously win. So they won 4 in a row coming off the Cavs. They've got momentum. They're going to go on a run. So you start to, it's like, oh, of course they're going to win this game. But that's the moment you know they're going to lose. Whereas last season, they just won every game. Well, not every game. They still lost, 18 regular season games, 3 games in the playoffs, 21 games. 21 games last year still doesn't even feel real that they lost that many games, honestly. But yeah, I want to get to 40 wins before 20 losses. That's like a purely a cosmic, benchmark that I'd like to get to, because I still can't logically wrap my head around why it's different being 39 and 20 as opposed to 40 and 19. But history says that that's part of it. And I swear every time we don't play well, the other team just goes absolutely berserk. Like, I get that we didn't play well, but Dallas shot 46% from 3 tonight. Klay Thompson was 11 for 17 and had a season high 25 points. And I didn't think the defense was bad on a lot of the Klay Thompson stuff. I don't think the defense was as bad as the statistics show. Them being 46% from 3. Dante Exum has hit 1 3-pointer all year long. Granted, he's only played in 3 games, but he went 4 for 6 tonight. Jesus Moses, dude. Dinwiddie, 7 for 10. Everyone on the Mavs team went nuts. Not a single. The only person that wasn't crazy efficient was Kyrie. And it does just suck. It's fun to be good at home. And they're 20-6 on the road, and now they're 16-10 at home, which is a 50-win pace, which is solid, but for a team that's playing at a 65-win pace on the road, it's just, what is the weird disconnect? And this has been true about this team for several years now. I don't understand it. I think you just got to keep going back to this team, this group of guys handles adversity way better than they handle success. And that's just, anytime they get on a winning streak, big leads. I don't know, big leads. It's more just when they have a big win or go on a good run, they follow up the game, that game with a disappointing performance. It feels whereas I think after wins, they're 1-17 or 1-17 against the spread, coming off a win this season, which is a crazy stat. And the reverse is also true. They are now 15-1, I think, coming off a loss. Those two things are just so dramatic, either one way or the other. You'd think that there'd be some type of middle ground at some point, but no, it's so drastic and so predictable. So I think as a fan, to protect yourself emotionally, that's just something you should just know going into these games and think about. Anytime you start feeling really confident, they're probably going to lose. Anytime you start feeling kind of bad, they're probably going to win. So it's they're probably going to win the Knicks game. But now even saying it out loud, I'm feeling confident because I shouldn't be feeling confident. Am I going to reverse jinx them into now playing bad in the spots that they play good? Hopefully not. Yeah, it has to be mental. And I think we can just see it. You look at the way they played in the Cleveland game, you look at the way they played tonight, and it wasn't just shooting. They ended up 43% from 3, but a lot of that came from late. But a lot of that wasn't late either. Jalen's 3 threes, Tatum's 3 threes, Derek White's 2 threes. But when things still mattered. Oh my God, the missed layups tonight. Tatum and that's the thing. Early in the game, when it was teetering between being a blowout and just being a normal game, Tatum missed a layup. Luke Cornett missed a wide open layup. Jalen missed, I think, at least one layup. Multiple fast break blunders. I don't know what. Rivens, I know for a fact you didn't watch the game. So Peyton Pritchard may have put on one of the best stat pad performances I've ever seen in my life. And good for him. If you can stat pad in a performance like that, then why not? LeBron James would be proud. The king stat padder himself. Joel Embiid would be proud. But he was terrible in the first half as well. But so was everybody. So I'm not singling out Pritchard. What's frustrating for me is Pritchard was so aggressive once everybody went to the bench. And there were multiple possessions in the first half that he just kind of threw away by not being aggressive. And so on the double bigs, I like the double bigs, and the numbers have been really good with double bigs. Now I think when it's not working or things aren't going well, change the energy. Put in Walsh, put in Peterson, play some of these other guys. And then Sam, why did he only start playing defense once the starters went out as well? Doesn't make any sense. Like, his defense was really good when they made that fake comeback. And he hit his 2 threes and was like, he ends the game a +3. Drew Peterson, Jordan Walsh, Neemias Queta are all +17. That's very impressive. It just goes to show you how fucking big the deficit was. Jesus. That's impressive. But yeah, I like double bigs. It's been working really well for the Celtics. But if it's not working, can we try something else? It's clearly not an Al Horford game. Try something else. Go away from double bigs. Put in Walsh. Put in Peterson. Inject some energy into the game. As you know, I'm not a Jaden Springer guy, and obviously he's gone now, but the Clippers game that they won in overtime was changed when you put in someone like Jaden Springer. Jordan Walsh can come in. As we saw when he comes in, he's flying around. He's not going to be perfect. Get you an offensive rebound, getting out in the fast break. Just try it. And what's weird is that Walsh was in the rotation for like a week or two and was playing kind of well, and then just poof, he was gone again. Similar with Peterson. I think part of it, there was like regular guys in the rotation that were in and out of the lineup, and so that was a little bit of it. But Drew Holiday was out today. You didn't have to force double bigs. Like Luke Cornett, like we played 23 minutes tonight and didn't play most of the fourth quarter. There was definitely space to try Drew Peterson or Walsh. And I don't know if the gap would have changed anything, but like, I'd much rather suck and hustle as opposed to suck and see people not trying. Give me a little hustle and suck as opposed to a little not hustle and suck. Pause. You know? Like, get out there and let these guys fly around. I'd much rather see guys like busting their balls, make some mistakes because they're young, as opposed to seeing the main guys clearly not have it. And like, just take the minutes off their body, or fucking rest one of these guys. Rest Tatum. Rest Brown. Specifically Tatum. But like, just take a night off. If like, they should be able to like figure out that these are the spots that they're not going to be good in, or notice it and then start to ramp the minutes down. Because it's like, who cares? You're going to probably lose this game anyway. I understand that like, this just happened in the Sixers game where Joe didn't pull the starters and they had one of the biggest comebacks this season in like Celtics history. But it's not going to happen every night. And they had started to make that comeback. The lead was 14 going into the fourth quarter in that Sixers game. The lead was still like 20 or something going into the fourth quarter. I don't know. It's just frustrating. I'm not worried about the team big picture or anything like that. It's just like, in this moment, it's frustrating when it's like, just try some of these other guys. Who cares if we suck? Just give it a go. Let Walsh get out there, make some mistakes. Maybe he proves something to you. Anyway, we'll be back later tonight for late night, and we'll talk trade deadline, Torrey Craig, get Greeny's thoughts on how we're feeling after this one. But, you know, we won't spend too much time on the specific game or whatever. But, hey, we've got the Knicks coming up next. So please do the thing that you've been doing all season and go, pretty much undefeated after a loss. That would be really nice. All right. Till next time. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.